So, you're thinking about living in Colorado's mountains at least part of the time. In this video, I'm going to show you around Frisco, Colorado. And if you stick around until the end, I'll tell you the best kept secret about Frisco. You're not going to want to miss this. We're going to get after it right now. If this is your first time in living in Colorado's mountains and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Colorado's mountains, tap the bell, subscribe for notifications so you'll stay on the current market conditions in Colorado's mountains. I'm Julia Regan with the Living in Colorado's Mountains team. We get calls every day from people just like you. So if you're planning to move in 9 days, 9 months, or maybe you already own, reach out. We'd be happy to help you make a smooth move in Colorado's mountains. So here we are going to take a look at Frisco. I'm going to show you around Frisco using Google Maps so you can get an idea of location in Colorado where Frisco, Colorado is. All right, so here we are looking at Frisco from DIA, Denver International Airport. It's about 92 miles from DIA. So really easy drive up I-70 from the Front Range area. You can fly in, or if you live in Denver or the Front Range, you can just drive on up. There's some other transportation, which is great. There's the Mustang and some other ways that you can get up, by services such as Peak One Express, things like that. Great ways to get into Frisco. Frisco has kind of the transfer center that is for Summit County, the hub for the transfer center for the Summit stage for the buses. It's also a spot where a lot of the ride services will drop you off. And we'll kind of zoom in here and take a look at exactly where that is. As you come up I-70, you come right past the Dillon Reservoir, and then you'll come into Frisco. Frisco's just this cute town, mountain town. It's, a real mountain town. But you can see the Frisco Bay, it's closed for the winter. The marina, at least, is closed for the winter here. But Frisco is not a super large town, so that's something to be cautious and aware of. If you're looking for property, the available properties in Frisco is going to be limited compared to some other towns. That's just because there isn't a lot of privately owned land in Frisco, which also makes it really cool. So, Frisco is just here, right around. You come in off I-70, you will head south, and this is Frisco right about here. So not a super big town, but lots of really cool stuff going on. It has a variety of properties and prices. The single family homes kind of top out at about 3-4 million. There might be kind of one-off that there's a $5 or $6 million house in Frisco, but the average price point is around $2 million, and that's for townhouses, for condos, single family homes. There's not as many single family homes as in some other areas in Summit County or in the mountains, but there's some really neat single family home neighborhoods, such as Water Dance. Water Dance is right past kind of the main area of Frisco here. It's going to be on the east side of Frisco. Right here you can see, and some of those houses might even have some lake views, some water views. This is Water Dance right here. It is on the south side of Frisco. But Frisco, going through Frisco on Summit Boulevard, it's about a mile, so it's not super long there. Then we would head, if you wanted to head in town into Frisco onto Main Street Frisco, Butterhorn Bakery. You don't want to miss that. The Butterhorn Bakery is really one of the best bakeries in all of the high country, really. It's open for breakfast and lunch, so you can't go to dinner there, so just be cautious of that. But there's some condominiums along Main Street that will be above some of these commercial properties that kind of offer a really cool aspect of Frisco. So here we are on Main Street, Frisco. See, it's not super long, but there's some neat properties, like I said, that you could have a condo, kind of a penthouse kind of a deal above some of the commercial properties. Those would range maybe $1 million to $1.5 million for a 2-bedroom. Obviously depends on age and finishes of the property. But there's some really neat things there right on Main Street, Frisco. Then, so if you're really looking for single family homes, the other area that is great to look is the Reserve in Frisco, which is really close off I-70, easy access. You can just pop in right behind the first entrance, hang on, I'll show you here, right off I-70. You come right behind the Walmart, Christie Sports here, and then you can come back to the Reserve. Rose Crown Circle, Wildflower Lane. These have some really luxurious properties. They don't have really large lots. So if you're someone that's looking for something that has a larger lot for a single family home, if you're looking for 2 or 3 acres, this is not where you're going to want to look. But oftentimes you want to use the outdoors. You would be right next to the National Forest, right back here on the other side, lots of open space. So you don't necessarily need a big yard. You can come and use your home and then use all of the outdoors that Frisco has to offer. Frisco has some really great outdoor activities. Something you want to look for if you're someone that loves to cross-country ski, Frisco is a spot for you. It is right, you just kind of go past the roundabout there, heading south past the town of Frisco, past Main Street, and then you will get to where there's the sledding hill in the Frisco Nordic Center, just past the water dance, where we talked about the water dance. The Frisco Nordic Center is really kind of one of the best Nordic centers in the high country, especially close to the Front Range. I know a lot of people that seek out owning property in Frisco just for the Nordic Center. So if you're somebody that loves the outdoor activities, but maybe not as much of the downhill skiing, the Nordic Center is the spot for you. And it's just kind of right behind here. The sledding hill is super cool. Sledding hill here in Frisco. It's tubing. You would pay for the tubing. They have the Frisco Adventure Park right here. There's tons of parking. It's a really excellent spot to bring the family for family fun in Frisco. Lots of great stuff happening there at the Adventure Park in Frisco. So definitely check that out if you're, again, looking for activities in the winter time that are not just alpine skiing. It does have the Frisco Bike Park in the summer, but it's closed now because it's winter. We're talking about the Frisco in the winter. Winter is a really great spot for cross-country skiing. There's trailheads, the Miners Creek Trailhead that goes up to Rainbow Trail, Rainbow Lake. That's an excellent spot for cross-country skiing and snowshoeing. Even the snow bikes, you can ride your bike these days. Some other great areas of Frisco are close to the lake. Some stuff over here on the other side of Summit Boulevard. When you come in off Highway 9, you can find a lot of really great townhomes, condos, things like that back here that are a little bit more affordable for maybe a first-time second homeowner or somebody that doesn't need a bunch of space. Prospect Point townhomes are one of my favorite because they offer garages oftentimes. In the high country, we always needed a ton of stuff. And the Prospect Point townhomes, you can buy a 2-bedroom in there for $850,000 and have a garage. That's a pretty good deal. And you're right here at the base of the bike path. You're just right here, right off the bike path. This bike path kind of runs right along here. You can ride your bike to Vale. You can ride your bike to Dillon. You can ride your bike to Breckenridge. But if you're looking for some properties that have some great easy access, definitely check out some of this stuff right here by the Prospect Point Townhome. And as you come a little bit further south, still on the east side of Highway 9, Summit Boulevard in Frisco, Lagoon Townhomes are some other townhomes. Lagoon Townhome is a really cool spot because there's the lagoon, so there's some water, but you're also right by the reservoir, super great access to that. This is easy access to the Safeway, Whole Foods. You can just get over to the shopping very easy from, you know, this area as well. The Lagoon townhomes are some townhomes that also offer garages, so that's a really cool thing. These might be a little bit bigger than the Prospect Point townhomes, so if you're someone that's looking for a little bit more square footage, these 2 bedrooms can range up to 12 to 1,500 square feet. Still maybe around 800,000-900,000 depending on, you know, finishes. There's a lot of variety of properties and ages. Frisco has a couple brand new developments that we're going to go over the new construction in another video, because there's a lot to go over, so that's exciting. But there's still some great affordability in Frisco as far as some townhomes, and right across from here you would find a neighborhood that has some more duplexes, which is the Meadowview here has some great opportunities for a little bit more affordability, but maybe a 1,600 to 2,500 square foot property that would range in the price point from 1.6 million, 2.5 million, again depending on finishes and size and things like that. But Frisco is a place that has a lot of different condo complexes, so you can find a variety of properties in Frisco. Something to be aware of if you're looking in Frisco. We have a lot of great restaurants. That's something to be aware of. There's a lot of really great places to eat in Frisco. Right along Main Street, the Tavern West is one of my favorites. That has a really cool atmosphere, great happy hour in there. I always love a great happy hour. Tavern West, and that's really easy to get off onto the second exit of Frisco. So if you want to just get on the further west side of Frisco, not the first exit, but the second exit going into Frisco off I-70, that's a great way to enter, where there are some other neighborhoods that you don't have to go through, you know, the Summit Boulevard and kind of the main area of Frisco by the Safeway and things. You can just pass on by that exit, come to the second exit, and then you can be kind of on the southwest side of Frisco. So that's cool. And then it's cool because you have some of these, you know, great restaurants on this end as well. As you can see, there's the kayak overnight parking and things like that. So there's some spots where you can park to leave your vehicle for recreation in the summertime. You want to do some of that. The 10 Mile Creek is a spot that you might want to do some kayaking if you're into that kind of thing. Obviously, the marina is a pretty big deal in the summertime. The marina is just great for paddleboarding and, you know, sailing and things like that. But it's easy access to just kind of even walk around and just be by the water. There's little outlets that you can kind of take your little paddleboard and enjoy the water there outside of Frisco. So the best kept secret about Frisco, Colorado is that Frisco doesn't have a ski resort. It's a mountain town without a ski resort, which makes it kind of nice, kind of quaint. It has that different sort of a feel where you don't have the base of the ski area like in Breckenridge or Vail or Winter Park, some of those places. Where Frisco is just a cute little mountain town with a lot of mountain activities. It has easy access to all of those major ski resorts. You can get up to A Basin or Loveland or Keystone, wherever you want to go skiing. Copper is a pretty popular place for Frisco residents. But that's the best kept secret about Frisco, Colorado. Hope to see you living in Colorado's mountains soon.